Heyo! Welcome in to CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm Sean Anderson, the host of CHGO Bets Daily. Alongside me, as always, is Cody Delmendo, the host or co-host of CHGO Bets Daily. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Nice hoodie.
Hey, crew neck, but yeah, thank you.
Nice sweatshirt. My bad.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we got our.
To be too technical. Sorry.
We got our Black Friday shipments in, and we're both looking pretty stylish, looking nice. So, and even Joey's wearing a CHGO shirt. It feels like a big merch week for everybody. Everyone got brand new shit today. They're all
Ryan's
repping.
out there rocking the one I was wearing yesterday.
Absolutely, and if you do have a diehard in your life, you have a gift package that is now available, so you can get a shirt. You get the membership card and the membership itself. I think you also get one more thing. And now I should know this. That's on me. My bad, people. Jake had a great tweet about it. But
you can gift card it to your family.
You can gift somebody the gift of being a diehard. So if you know somebody and you're like, I don't know what to get them this. It's a great deal. But you get a shirt, a sticker pack. A sticker pack is what I was forgetting, and a membership card, all in a box for the All City Gift membership. So if you're looking for something, check that out this holiday season. We're going to try to give you gifts this holiday season as well. We got bets for Thursday Night Football. We got bets for the weekend slate as well. We'll probably dip our toes in college basketball because we both, even though we didn't tell each other, we both bet on Elon. We both took the Elon spread. I took it in a teaser. Cody took it straight up, and you should have teased it.
Well, okay, so I didn't say this, but I did tease the 4.5 and the under. Which did hit barely by like a point, as in terms of the under. But that time it teased it to 8.5, and they lost by 6, so that did work out. But I put more money on Elon to just cover 4.5, and they were up by 10 points with 10 minutes to go, and somehow didn't cover 10 or didn't cover 4.5. I'm not mad about it.
No,
it doesn't make me hurt like Army Navy last weekend, but
good.
I'm not mad about it. Okay, we can move on now.
So don't tell Cody that he's mad about the Elon game because he just told you he's not mad about it.
Not mad about it.
He's not mad about it.
Definitely not.
I'm happy about it. And again, I'm going to give you a post teaser basically. So my bad. I'm going to give you all my picks after the fact. And I guess you could still ride 3 of these. So you could ride a 3-team teaser if you're looking for something. But we're going to go to Lehigh, Wisconsin first.
Is that where? Oh yeah, Lehigh plays Wisconsin. Okay.
Lehigh versus Wisconsin. I think Lehigh's in a different.
You said
state.
it like it was
a city,
town.
Lehigh, Wisconsin.
I was like, what?
I would love to visit Lehigh, Wisconsin. But no, we're gonna go Wisconsin minus 18.5. The line was 23.5, but it is
22.5.
Oh, there you go. It is a teaser, so we're teasing that down to 18.5. I'm also taking the under 143 in the game of the week. It's Chattanooga versus Middle Tennessee. Yes. I don't think those offenses are getting into the 70s. And then Wagner is taking on Stony Brook. I got Wagner to cover 2 points, folks. 2 points. So I got the Seahawks tonight, but not that Seahawks team.
That's real degeneracy. I'm actually very proud of you.
Thank you. So, I appreciate that.
Tonight's
for coming from you, that means a lot.
Tonight's slate sucks, though I'm kind of intrigued about some little late night action. Oregon State as a home underdog against Seattle.
Mm-mm.
But Oregon State,
give me Seattle money line, but I'm not actually betting it.
No,
you like Oregon State?
I kind of like Oregon State as a home dog.
Boy,
I kind of do. They hung around for a half against who'd they play the other day? They played a bad team, but then they couldn't make a shot in like the final 5-6 minutes. They were down they were covering. They ended up covering my teaser, I think. But
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M's not a good team.
They lost 72. They lost 72 to 54.
Yeah, it was closer than that for the first. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, past 4 games, they're saying they played a close game against Texas A&M, didn't finish close, but the 2 games prior to that, 63 to 62 loss to USC and a 66 to 65 win over Washington. So they played close, I guess, in the last 3 games.
Home dog against Seattle, I don't know, this is. I don't have a lot of respect for Pac-12, but I don't
Clearly know. Don't have respect for the Red Hawks of Seattle.
I mean, we're
7-1.
Just take the money line plus 105. All right,
Don't
it's
do
late
that.
night, little little 9:30 action after the Seahawks cover 3.5 tonight. You can take Oregon State Beavers to cover or to win outright against Seattle.
Just don't do that.
That's the only thing from tonight's game or slate that I like.
Yeah, nothing great from college basketball. I do have some NBA picks and NHL picks. Do you have anything besides football before we hit the ad break? All right, well, football. I'll give you my NHL and NBA picks first. So I was talking to our NHL guys, Mario, and Mario owed me money. So I went back to the well. And Greg and the Hawks guys were saying, I don't know the exact stat, but I think it's like 22 out of 33 games. The Blackhawks have not scored first. So the opposing team has scored the goal in basically like, only 11 games that hasn't happened. So like there's a huge high hit rate, like basically around 66% of the Hawks allowing the first goal. Okay. The Knights are big favorites, so let's take the Knights money line in Vegas to score the first goal at an even plus 100. I have a $10 free bet, so it's to win $10. It's basically to get a unit back, but I like that. Even if you're going to put 10 of your own down, 10 to win 20. It's a nice return. I think it's a nice way if you want to bet hockey tonight. The Knights are definitely going to beat the Blackhawks.
Is it a same game parlay?
It's a same game. I think there might be a double that you could take or something like that, but I couldn't find the double page, so I just made it through a same game parlay. But I think if you probably go to game parlays and then you go to...
So you can take first goal by the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
And then you're taking the Vegas Golden Knights to win?
Yes.
Okay, at minus 200.
Or you could take Vegas first period and them at the end of 60 minutes at plus 210. But that game would not need to go to overtime. So yeah, I'm just taking them to score the first goal. So that would be under game props. First slash last to score. I'll take the Knights to score the first goal at minus 155. And then I took Vegas money line. That's plus 100.
All right. When you do that in a same game parlay, that's up to plus 105.
Okay, yeah, I'm at plus 100, so I guess the odds changed a little bit.
I got it at minus 145.
The first goal?
Yeah, the first goal to be scored by the Golden Knights.
That was weird.
145.
I just put it at 150. I got it at 155 on my phone.
So it's a two-legger.
Yeah, two-leg.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Is there any DraftKings NHL?
I think there's boost, but if you have to have 3 legs, so you'll either have to find a third leg, or if you want to get really,
really, it has to 100% boost. Yeah, it doesn't say. Maybe it does.
I usually think all the boosts are for 3-leggers. Anyways, the other two I have are for a 4-pick same game parlay in the Jazz Pelicans game. We are going to go Zion 25 plus points. We're also going to go over 3.5 assists for Zion. We're going to get Zion with 1 steal and Zion to have under 9.5 rebounds. And to basically fade myself, if Zion gets a double-double tonight, I'm going to also bet that at plus 225. So if my parlay doesn't hit because he gets 10 rebounds, hopefully he gets a double-double. So that's my play. I think Zion has a big night. I just don't know how exactly that stat line looks.
I mean, I like the Zion double-double.
Yeah, plus 225 seems like a really great.
Yeah, that does seem like a really good value.
Because he's been really red hot recently, and he played the Jazz not too long ago.
Phoenix don't like him too much.
No, but hey, when you're good, you're going to rub off on people the wrong way. Yeah. But past couple games, when he's been playing a lot, he hasn't really missed a game since November 21st. 26 points per game, about 8.3 boards. But if you look in the past, I think it's 5 games alone. Where you take in the past 2 Phoenix games where he's dropped 35 against them. And it's past 6 games. Sorry about that. He's averaging 9.2 rebounds per game. And when he last faced Utah, which was the 13th, he got into early foul trouble. But he was looking, 26 boards, 9 boards. So I do think that Zion's going to have a nice game tonight.
Okay.
As long as he can avoid foul trouble.
Only 5 double-digit rebounding games on the season. So that's what you need.
But also, if he doesn't, parlay's there.
Correct.
So we're good. I'm feeling good about the Jazz Pelicans tonight.
What a game to choose to bet on.
I'm betting on Zion, really. And I bet on Ovechkin, which works. So I think, betting on stars might be the right way if you're going to be taking player props. And we're going to be betting on a star later on tonight because there's a huge boost in the DraftKings NFL market. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is my go-to when betting on the NFL this holiday season. Mainly because they're boosting Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown. He scores a lot of touchdowns, doesn't he, Cody?
Yeah, he's one of the best fantasy performers out there.
Right now, if you wanted to bet Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown in this game, it'd be at minus 145. That's boring. That sucks. What do we like on this show, Cody?
Plus money.
Plus money. Yeah. DraftKings loves you, and they're going to boost Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown anytime tonight against Seattle up to plus 100. If you want best bets, we are going to just tell you that they are giving you the best bet tonight. Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown happens often, sometimes 2 in one game. So I think it's a safe bet to at least ride it out. If you're going to bet anything tonight, it's probably the safest bet to take McCaffrey to score a touchdown. Doesn't mean he will, but I think there's just such a high likelihood. And if you're going to get that at plus money, don't look at the gift horse in the mouth. So we're going to ride that player prop tonight. And also, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. So download that DraftKings Sportsbook app now and take advantage of betting on San Francisco to defeat Seattle tonight and Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown. So that's the bet that I really love in tonight's game, but who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Joey said he was putting down on it.
I think that's honestly a more safer bet than betting the spread, but I'm going to bet the spread anyway tonight.
Yeah.
So
I don't like your bet.
You don't like it?
I don't like betting the Seahawks here.
Let me talk you into it. All right. I'm taking the Seahawks plus 3.5. It's part of my $10 to $1,000 challenge. I've got to start over again because Maryland just decided that they didn't want to play a basketball game last night. But whatever, I've moved on, all right? Congrats to everyone in Maryland who can now sports bet. You can bet on your favorite college team to win but then lose, and you can feel the pain that I felt last night. Anyway, I'm taking the Seahawks, and it's more about the spot here. I think this is a situational spot that favors the Seahawks more than it does the 49ers. First off, first road game for Brock Purdy, all right? Guy's been pretty good, right? Ever since Garoppolo went down. He's
real confident.
He's looked real good. But this is the first road game at a tough environment on prime time against Pete Carroll, all right? And that's the main reason why I like it, because I would rather trust Geno Smith in this situation than I would Brock Purdy. That said, Seattle has won 15 of the last 18 in this matchup. They've won 10 of the last 11 in Seattle. And everyone knows that playing in Seattle is one of the true home advantages in the NFL. Not even just my opinion. I think a lot of people believe that. But some other trends, Pete Carroll after a loss, which they lost to, it was honestly a bad home loss to Carolina last weekend. So Pete Carroll after a loss, he's 44, 27-4 against the spread. On a short week, this is a Thursday night game. He's 7-3-2 against the spread. As an underdog, as a coach for the Seahawks, he's 46, 29-3 against the spread, and that includes a 19-10 against the spread as a divisional dog. Geno Smith as an underdog, 18-11-1 against the spread, and 9-2 against the spread as a divisional dog. On the other side, Kyle Shanahan as a favorite, 21-28-1 against the spread, and that actually includes the last couple weeks. The 49ers have been favorites the last few weeks and have covered. So I don't know how much I put into that, but historically, Kyle Shanahan as a favorite hasn't been very good. So again, Brock Purdy on the road in a tough environment on prime time against the Seahawks, a team that desperately needs a win. Give me the Seahawks plus 3.5. You give me the field goal plus a hook, I'll take it. It's disgusting. I hate it. I feel, but this is how you feel, or how I normally feel whenever I guess you buy low. I feel like this is a sharp play if you want to get real technical on the gambling, on the sports bettors, whatever slang terminology. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Joey. Yeah. Again, I think everyone, any casual or anyone who doesn't really, if this is the first bet they're placing, they're going to see the spread like, 3.5, 49ers? Like, they've been hot. Right? They should win this game easily. So that, I feel like all the sharp bettors are going towards Seattle. So I think that it's a plug your nose and place the bet. That's what it is. So let's go, Geno.
I just don't have a ton of faith in the Seahawks. I think that they had a good run here.
They just lost to Carolina at home. I get you. Yeah, I hear you.
I'll take San Francisco to at least win by 7. So I would probably even tease this up to 6.5 because I feel that confident. Like, no, I don't. I know it's in Seattle, but I mean, Brock Purdy, He's Brock the Cock. Got to trust him.
I'm not trusting Brock Purdy on the road.
Literally what they were calling him after that game. They're like, this dude's our quarterback. Like, this guy has settled that locker room.
That's fine.
Brock not only is going to win this game, but Joey, flash the graphic here. Jake Hassan, who works at BetQL Daily, my lock one. Jake Hassan of us had this first of BetQL Daily, but Brock Purdy, first touchdown scorer at plus 25 to 1. Is it a long shot? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But he had a rushing touchdown last week, and if he gets in that similar spot, this guy just wants to score for his team. This guy doesn't really have those, he has those blinders on. He's got one thing that he's looking for, and it's the end zone. And I think that he's going to probably vulture a McCaffrey touchdown, and that's why I'm betting it. If I'm betting McCaffrey to score a touchdown at plus 100, I also have to bet against myself in some way, and I feel like Brock Purdy, first touchdown scorer at 25 to 1 is enough, and it's now up to 30 to 1. So if you like it, you should even take it after I did.
Is it... admittedly, I haven't watched a lot of 49ers games the last few weeks. Is he good on with his legs, or is this like a goal line carry?
It would definitely. So his last touchdown was a goal line carry. It was second and goal. But
they have a lot of quarterback run in the short yardage situation,
and he's not unathletic.
Okay.
He's
not like Matt
He's
Ryan.
not going like 25 yards for a touchdown, but when they get in the 5, you don't know who they're going to.
Right. I think that there could be an RPO played called where it's just like, oh, they're all sucked into the run, and here goes Brock Purdy. I think it's not going to razzle-dazzle you, but I think it's definitely just going to be a goal line only situation. So everything would have to go right. It'd have to be a long drive, and then McCaffrey would not have to score the touchdown in some way, and Brock Purdy would have to score it in. So, hey, it's a long shot, but I just saw it when Jake put it across Twitter, and I was like, let's ride.
I mean, this for the 49ers, for someone to score, not named Christian McCaffrey, in a game where Deebo Samuel isn't going to play, I think, this is a game where you look at the flyer, because I think maybe George Kittle becomes that guy, but I think that's another thing too, with the fact of Samuel not playing. I don't know how I feel about it. So
I don't know. I mean, I just don't love that Deebo's not playing for my fantasy team, because now it's the playoffs. And of course, he would go down the week before.
Though, so I think he does a lot of things for that team, and he's definitely done a lot for Brock Purdy and his success that he's had. Now he's to go on the road and play without him. We'll see. So. That's where I'm at on tonight's game. It's disgusting, but we're degenerates. We're gonna bet it,
and we're gonna bet on Saturday NFL action as well. We got the Colts, Vikings, and Ravens, Browns on Saturday, along with the Dolphins and Bills. I know Cody's got the Bills at -7. You want to start there?
Yeah. So I like the Bills -7. They're at home against the Dolphins. Sean, remember the butt punt?
Yes, where they punted it into his butt.
Yes, that was like week 2 or whatever, and the Bills actually ended up losing that game. If you remember, there was some fluky shit that happened in that game, and the Bills didn't win that game. And that was in Miami, where it's warm. All right? Mm-hmm. Now, it's cold. Miami goes to Buffalo and has to play in the freezing cold and the conditions that Buffalo is used to, and Miami perhaps isn't, especially Tua. I was watching a TikTok today, and I learned that Tua, when the weather is below 50 degrees, Tua, the Dolphins offense with Tua at quarterback, averages around 14 points per game. Josh Allen, 7-3 against the spread in December in his career, and an added bonus, the Bills can clinch a playoff spot if they win this game. But the spread is 7, and you know how I am when it comes to these big lines in the NFL. This is a divisional game. Everything points that I should take the Dolphins just because it's a divisional game. But, man, I watched Sunday Night Football, and Tua now for the last 8 quarters has not looked good and now has to go play on the road against Buffalo, a team that is looking for revenge after a fluky loss that they had at the beginning of the year. I think Buffalo clinches a playoff spot and wins by double digits.
Here's the thing: is I think that Buffalo hasn't proven that they can't stop deep passing attacks. Yeah. So the issue, or the thing that Tua has not been able to do, is just complete those big, consistent chunks. He was getting about 10 yards per reception against Buffalo back in week 3. In the past 2 weeks, he's been under 7. So if they're able to find those big plays, I just don't really want to take 7 because the Bills, yes, they're good. Yes, they've won a lot of games, but it really hasn't felt any time I've bet them to cover that they have. So 7 doesn't make me feel good. If the lines here were inverted and it was Niners -7 and Bills -3.5, I'd be on both. But I don't know. Like and I should be on Niners -3.5.
The Bills in that matchup earlier this year gained 497 total yards of offense and lost the game, which is almost something that's almost never happened before in the NFL. It was like the most unlucky. They were going all the way down the field and then turning it over like on the goal line. But it was a very odd loss. And the other thing is that Brandon Staley sort of just put the blueprint out on what to do against Tua a little bit, with taking away the deep middle of the field, and they looked anemic last week against the Chargers. And so I'm curious if they're
a Chargers secondary that is completely
has struggled, and whatever.
They have a lot of injuries,
and
everyone on Sunday Night Football picked the Dolphins to win that game, and they lost outright.
And we all know Tua's flaws. Like, he doesn't have a massive arm. And so when they were taking away the deep middle and making him throw to the opposite hash, it was like he didn't look comfortable at all. And I'm curious, Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott are good coaches. They're in the division.
Now, going back to what you said.
Depends on how actually, snowy and windy it is. If it's snowy and windy, then, I think
either
the
way,
Dolphins
it's going to be cold. And, they're coming from, they play all their home games on Miami where it's warm. It's just one tidbit, but also going back to what you said about the spread, it was a 7.5, and now it's moved down to 7. So if you want to wait, I think you can wait and maybe get it under 7.
I've seen a lot of people on Twitter take Bills 7. So I don't know I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see where it goes.
Just think that first off, I think the Bills are the better team, and I just this Dolphins defense sucks. I mean. I know the Chargers got Mike Williams back last week, but man, did Justin Herbert go out there and just torch them, which he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Of course he would. But they can't stop. The point is that they can't stop anyone. And then again, Tua just has not looked good the last 2 weeks. And now you're expecting him to go, or if you're going to bet on him, you're going to expect him to go into Buffalo and play in that environment. I don't like it.
He's just got a backdoor cover, baby. I do think that at least when I saw this line, my knee-jerk reaction was to take Ravens +3. I am glad to see that you're on Ravens +3. It made me feel a little bit better about myself. Why Ravens +3? Because I was just I don't know if I could trust the Ravens at this point.
All right. So first off, Deshaun Watson has not looked good in his 2 games. Again, he didn't play for 2 years because of all the bullshit that everyone knows that's on the internet. You can go look it up if you don't know and you've been under a rock. No Lamar Jackson. So that's probably reason number 1 why the spread is at 3 and not more. So you got Tyler Huntley, who's 3-1 against the spread in his career. John Harbaugh. I think he's a better coach than Kevin Stefanski. All right. Harbaugh is 16-7 against the spread as a divisional underdog. Stefanski is 1-7 against the spread as a divisional favorite. And then also, Cleveland's defense is 31st it's ranked 31st against the rush in DVOA. So I think how this is how the Ravens are going to do it, because with Jackson out especially, they're definitely going to run, and I know that's what the Browns are going to do too. But I'll take the Ravens defense in this spot, considering what we know what the Ravens are going to do, and what they're going to do is one of Cleveland's biggest flaws. Also, underdogs in the AFC North are 40-21 against the spread this year.
I love seeing the over-under being at 38. Yeah. When you're talking about these two teams running an AFC North game, it just seems like it would be ugly.
The main reason that I like it is just Deshaun Watson really has not looked that great. Mm-hmm. He hasn't looked that great, and listen, I'm not here to say that he's bad now. Well, the thing is, he doesn't play for 2 years, and now he's I think the Ravens defense is better. I still think that they're not that great, but I do think they're better than Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, you get into a rhythm for so long throughout your career, and then you have it is faults of your own.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just get thrown out of that rhythm, and I don't know if he'll ever be able to bounce back into it.
I think they're a dog mainly just because Huntley's a quarterback. And
I would agree.
And I don't think that he's going to have to do too much to be able to win this game. I think they're going to run the ball with J.K. Dobbins, and they'll run it with him too, and just try to manage the clock and hope and pray that their defense shows up.
And Huntley's never been like terrible. Like Huntley's not.
He came into Soldier Field and won last year.
Right. So I'm not too. I don't know if he's a downgrade, obviously, but I don't know if it's like a detrimental downgrade.
He's a solid backup.
It's not Simeon. Eagles Bears. Speaking of Trevor Simeon, you're going over 48.5. A nice number right there. All you need is 7 touchdowns.
Listen, I keep saying it every week. The over is undefeated since the Bears traded Roquan Smith. The Bears can't stop anyone. And
you think the Eagles can put up 49 on their own?
I think the Bears can put some points up this week. The Eagles are terrible against the run, and that's what the Bears are going to try to do. Plus, I got some faith in Justin Fields to put up a touchdown or two. But I do think that the Eagles are going to get a big portion of those points for sure. Yeah, I like that more than I like the spread because the Bears have found a way to hang around with everyone this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was on CHGO Bears After Dark on Monday, and they asked me about that spread, and I told them, I was like, right now at 9, I'd probably take the Eagles, but if it moved up to 10.5 by the end of the week, then maybe I would take the Bears just because that's a key number. But yeah, like, so right now I would lean Eagles on the spread just because, like, they're clearly the better team. They definitely have a better offense. Like, the Bears can't stop anyone. Jalen Hurts is an MVP race, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's why it's like, you look at the Packers who just won by 11, and, the Bears struggled to get 20 points on that Packers defense. The Eagles just have a better defense and a better offense. That's why it's like, I don't know, if it's 9 or 10.5, I just lean Eagles. But I'm with you. Easiest bet in this, just take the over.
Oh, yeah. Just take the over because we have watched it enough times, man. This defense stinks. and also it gives you a reason to just hope, like, to watch Justin Fields, like, find a way to somehow only lose by, I don't know, 2 touchdowns instead of 4. You know what I mean?
Looking at your list, too, it seems like you got a perfect 4-team teaser here. Titans +3, Steelers +3, Ravens +3, Seahawks +3.5. Why Steelers +3 and Titans +3? I mean, I get it. I don't want to bet for Sam Darnold, so I don't know if I love that one.
Yeah, so the Titans are coming. Like, I'd bet on the Titans earlier in the year, and it was profitable, and now the last couple of weeks it hasn't been profitable. I mean, they've gotten their butts whooped the last 2 weeks. And now I love Vrabel in an underdog spot. I love betting on the Titans when they're underdog. And so against the Chargers on the road, listen, this is nothing against the Chargers. I think that their win last week against the Dolphins is more on the Dolphins than it was the Chargers winning. And I hate saying that because coming in the year, like, the Chargers were, touted as, like, a major playoff team. But like, I just think this Titans team is better. Now, again, I don't know what their injury report is looking like. The defense really struggled last week because they had a lot of guys out. So this is all pending the injury report. But I think that, with all these things that have happened to the Titans the last couple of weeks, including their offensive coordinator, they got a DUI after their win in Green Bay.
I mean, they fired their GM.
Yeah, and they fired their GM. Like, for sure, things have not looked great. They started off well against the Jags last week, and then just, like, fell apart. So yeah, I don't know. Like, what their defense looks like is really a major factor. So, but right now I do lean Titans +3.
Stud defensive end Jeffrey Simmons was a limited participant in Wednesday's practice, and today he was did not participate. Terrence Mitchell, cornerback, was limited at practice today. Amani Hooker, starting safety, did not practice as well, along with Christian Fulton, starting cornerback. So looking at the defensive injuries, that's there. And then Robert Woods is dealing with an illness. He did not practice. Actually, no, he was a full participant. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, those are the things that you probably have to look out for.
I guess, to me, I just don't like. I don't trust the Chargers. Like, again, everyone on Sunday Night Football, almost everyone in America thought that the Dolphins were going to win that game on Sunday, and then the Chargers, Herbert had his best game of the year. How do they play coming off that game? Now, I don't know. We're going to see. I think the Titans are a more consistent team. I think they have better coaching. And obviously Derrick Henry is going to be hard to stop for anyone.
First half betting the Chiefs. It's
oh yeah,
7.5.
Hell yeah, I did it last week. I did it, and they were winning by 20-0 at halftime, and it worked out because I think the Broncos ended up covering the game. They ended up covering for the full game spread. Now they're playing the
They're playing the Texans.
They're playing the Texans, the shitty Texans. Now I understand they were in that game against the Cowboys, but that's a Cowboys.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast.
Not so fast.
What's Patrick Mahomes' biggest weakness?
Man,
you talk me out of it. Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Two-man, right? What?
Yeah, sorry. Two high safeties. Correct.
That's literally what Lovie Smith has been doing for 15 years. He just has that defense. What they're going to need to do is run the ball, which Pacheco looked great. But I mean, even then, the Cowboys really weren't able to put away the Texans. So even though they have one win on the team or one win on the season,
they've been in a lot of games.
They've been in a lot of games just because that defense isn't as bad as people think. So I don't know about 7 and the hook because you literally might get beaten by that hook.
For sure. I guess I just I don't know. The reason I don't want to take the full game spread is just because they don't know how to play a full game. Like they didn't do against the Broncos last week. So maybe the play is the Texans on the full game spread then. But the way that I looked at it was just the Chiefs should get off to a nice lead. And,
I get it.
And who knows what happens. But.
That's why the books have, big buildings that they built because they're just taking money from people who bet against the Texans.
Last week against the Broncos, I got them at 6.5, and they were up by 20. So I don't know. I will say this: the Chiefs and the Titans are more leans. Now I also got Patriots -1. Someone's calling me. Stop calling me. I got Patriots -1 against. Who are they playing? I got it.
Why not money line? If you're taking them +1,
that's
why not money line?
That's what I meant to put. It was money line.
Okay.
I don't know. Why
they're taking on the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders. Okay. Remember what you said last week about the Raiders playing the Rams? You thought they're going to put up 40-some points or some shit like that. Dude, this Raiders team stinks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're
bad. And listen, I know the Pats aren't good. They're nothing they're as mid as mid is. You want to talk about the most average things in the world today, the Patriots are one of the most average things in the world today. But they're going on the road to face just a very, very bad team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. Or no, they're I'm looking at the wrong schedule here. Am I looking at the wrong schedule?
No, your Patriots play the Raiders and the Raiders suck. That's right.
Am I?
I mean, yeah. I mean, my biggest worry, I guess, would just be is Stevenson going to be healthy,
right.
and they're going to have
I scrolled down too far, and then I saw Patriots and Bengals. I was like, that's not correct.
I just worry if the Patriots are going to have weapons, but they've never had weapons, and just it's Bill Belichick versus Josh McDaniels. This should be a bloodbath. I will take Patriots money line. I think this is a great bet.
+100. Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's just, the defense and all that. Yeah. And Josh McDaniel, I think he's a solid offensive coordinator, but he's just been a terrible coach for them this year.
And he was a terrible coach in Denver too.
But is he as good of an offensive coordinator as Matt Patricia? Former
he's not. But that's the thing is they just want to gain 10-3 on a walk-off punt. They don't need defense. They don't need offense.
It's still so funny to me that Matt Patricia is the offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
he's not qualified for that.
No, he used to be a defensive coordinator. He's probably
his whole career he was a defensive coach.
He's literally probably more qualified to make pencils than he is to call an offense. But here he is. Anyways, that's going to do it for.
I think the final. I never explained Steelers +3. Sorry.
Oh, I thought Sam Darnold is starting at quarterback was enough.
I mean, that's fair enough, but I also like the fact that Tomlin as an underdog. I've said it so many times this year. I love betting on the Steelers when they're an underdog. So I like give me it.
There you go. That's Cody's picks for CHGO Bets Daily for Week 15 in the NFL. I only got picks for Thursday. I like staying away from the NFL, but they have that boost. So again, if you're looking to boost or bet tonight, make sure you are taking that boost for Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown. Boosted for -145 up to +100. Max bet is $50. So you could possibly turn $50 into $100. And if you did that, a million times, you'd have $1 million. So we will see you tomorrow when we are millionaires.